From Sulfur Cubes to a brand new friend list on Minecraft Java, here's everything you need to know about the new update. Alright, so first things first, they actually added a new background screen, which is pretty cool, but that's not it. If you actually go over here to where it says options, you can now actually change your graphics settings from OpenGL to actually Vulkan. Why is this important? Well, if you change your graphics settings to Vulkan, you'll actually end up getting way more FPS than with OpenGL. But here's the catch. Old computers, like from 1998 for example, won't actually be able to run Vulkan. So they added an option that lets you change from OpenGL to Vulkan, that way anyone can play Minecraft. Another thing that they added is that now you can actually have friends on Java Edition. This was only possible before on Bedrock Edition unless you had mods. Okay, so if I make a new world, let's say super flat, you'll actually notice that there's actually a new options menu if you click escape. That's not all they added though, because if you go into E and then you search sulfur, you'll find a sulfur cube spawning. And look at that, he looks so cute, right? Yeah, that's not all he does, it's not just cute. There's another extra thing that he does. Like a slime, if you actually kill him, he'll actually divide into 2 sulfur cubes, like little sulfur cubies. Something else they added is that you can actually now put a block inside a sulfur cube, and each block has a different function. For example, if you give it ice, you can see that if you hit him, it's actually really slippery. If you give it like a magma block, if you actually get too close to the sulfur cube, you'll actually end up taking damage. And it works the same with all other types of mobs, for example, a zombie, a dog. So be careful where you have your sulfur cubes. If you place a potent sulfur block, and then you place water, and then you go in it, you'll actually see that you're actually gonna get an effect called nausea, which is gonna make your screen all jittery. The reason it's not doing that on my screen is because I have an effect that turns all of that off. Next, if you make a little hole like this and place a magma block and potent sulfur in a water bucket, if you wait a while, you'll notice that it actually creates like a bubble elevator. But that's not all, because if you wait a few seconds, it's actually gonna launch you in the air for let's say 2 seconds. But if you place a lava bucket instead of a magma block, you'll notice that it actually makes a bubble infinitely. So you have an infinite bubble elevator. Alright, now let's go into our regular world. Alright, so if you type this command, you'll notice that there's actually a new biome in this update. This is a sulfur cave. As you can tell, it has a lot of new blocks like sulfur, cinnabar, and also a new type of dripstone. It does look like sulfur dripstone doesn't hurt you like actual dripstone. They did add new types of blocks like sulfur stairs and slabs. Same thing with cinnabar. Another cool thing is that if you give a sulfur cube a cinnabar block and then name it with dinner bone, it actually turns upside down. Then if you splash it with invisibility, it kind of looks like a happy face. You can also use a sulfur cube to distract the warden if you're in the deep dark and about to die. They also made it so that mineshafters can now spawn in sulfur caves. Another fun thing is that they actually added a friends list. So now you can actually invite people to your world without having to pay for a server or have to use mods. The final thing they added is a new music disc, and this is what it sounds like. So yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Alright guys, it's gonna be the end of this video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Hopefully by the time I'm recording my next video, I'm gonna be all good. I'm not gonna be sick anymore. Alright guys, see you in the next video. Goodbye.